Hi guys! The lovely Michelle from the Stamp Spot sent me the most beautiful pocket letter the other day. So of course the first thing I had to do was pull it all apart and look at all the goodies that she sent me. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make some Traveler's Notebook inserts using the lovely bits and pieces that she sent. So what I've done is pulled aside the 4x6 and 3x4 pieces of paper that she sent me, and I've also cut myself some paper. It's just regular 100 GSM printer paper for the insides of my notebook, and I have cut them to 22 by 21 centimeters. The inch sizes are on the screen here as well. And I'm going to use one of these bits of paper as a sort of template to create my cover for this notebook. So I'm picking out 3 of the 4x6 pieces. I'm going to need that much to cover the front of it, and 3 of the 3x4 pieces as well. So I'm just choosing ones that I think are going to go together, and so I'm using a sort of red and pink colour scheme. Now I'm just lining up one of the 4x6 pieces with the bottom left hand corner of my paper, and then one of the 3x4s on the other side. So I'm making sure that I'm covering the width, so a 4x6 and a 3x4 just covers the width that I need. And I'm just going to attach it. Now I'm going to attach this much more securely later, you'll see. So for now I'm just adding a tiny little piece of double-sided tape, again lining those up so everything's straight, and then sticking that down. Now I'm going to repeat that process a couple more times because 2 of these pieces won't cover the height of the notebook cover, so I'll need to use 3. So I'm just swapping the orientation this time, putting the 3x4 on the left and the 4x6 on the right. And I'm going to do that the same way this time as well, so with the 4x6 on the right as well. And again, I will be, I'm actually going to stitch these pieces all together, so it's going to end up sort of patchwork quilty looking. So I'm only using a little bit of tape just to keep it all together in the meantime. And now I've got my 3 pieces, I can go ahead and stick them horizontally. So you can see you end up with just, I think it's about 1/4 of an inch sticking out the top, so it's slightly inconvenient, but then never mind, I'll use 3 pieces instead. So this time I'm going to be able to overlap it as much as I need to, so I can add a whole row of tape there. And again, I'm just lining it up on my backing paper just to make sure everything is straight. So I'm sort of offsetting them so it ends up with a brick pattern, so right, left, right with the 4x6 pieces. And just repeating that sticking down process one more time, just making sure everything lines up straight. And now I'm going to head off to my sewing machine and stitch through all of these lines. So you can see here I ended up doing it in a grid pattern, so I've gone through the 4x6s as well. Just makes it look a little bit more patchworky. And now I can just trim this down so that it fits the actual insert paper that I've cut. So I'm just eyeballing it to start off with, cutting a little piece off the bottom. My trimmer didn't go through the threads, so I'm just cutting those with scissors. And then I can just use, again, my piece of paper as a template to cut the top. Of course, you could totally measure that if you wanted to, but I was just being too lazy to even get out the ruler. So once I've trimmed that down, I can then go ahead and fold my cover in half. And then I will fold the insides as well. Now you can attach the insides to the cover any way you like. I've got a tutorial for doing it with staples without a long arm stapler. I'll link that up the top. But I am just going to run this through my sewing machine. I'm going for simple and easy today, so you could also hand stitch it, but I had my machine out and on and threaded, which is unusual, so I decided just to stitch it with my sewing machine. And then that is that insert basically finished, but I've got all these beautiful goodies here, so I decided why not use some of them to decorate the cover. And although I thought I'll use some of them to decorate the cover, you'll see I end up going super simple because Michelle had already made this beautiful embellishment. It didn't need much more added to it. So all I'm really going to do is just glue it onto the front cover. There were some other ones that were pink and I thought maybe I'd stick with my theme, but I really love the difference that the yellow has. I'm just lining it up so that the sticker runs along one of those stitch lines. I'm going to add a beautiful paper clip to the top, and I think I'm going to stitch some of this pom-pom trim on as well. So you can see I've finished stitching on the pom-pom trim, and I've also made myself a second notebook. So this one I used only 3x4s and did it more sort of randomly patchwork looking. So you can see how you can use even the tiniest little scraps to make these covers, and I think they are just beautiful. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you've got any questions, leave them for me in the comments below. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to put a couple more videos up on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!